So let's talk about financial advisor versus insurance agent. So matagal na itong bali-balita, matagal na itong nagte-trending and recently nag-resurface siya. And is it really an important issue or an important topic na pwedeng pag-usapan? For me, it's more than just the title, it's more than just what you call yourself. Mas malalim kasi yung argumento ng mga nasa side ng financial advisor, nasa side ng insurance agent. Some people say na insurance agents shouldn't call themselves financial advisors. Some naman they say na okay lang. Title lang naman yan pangalan lang naman yan. So in my case, since I'm a financial advisor, I'm an insurance agent, ayan no, hindi ko alam kung anong dapat kong itawag sa sarili ko. But personally, I brand myself as Master FE, no, so financial advisor. Just to give a context lang and a quick background, I'm a CPA, no, Certified Public Accountant. Before even I joined the insurance industry, isa na po akong accountant. So nasa insurance field ako and at the same time I consider it as part of a bigger area of finance, no. So dapat ba ang mga financial advisor dapat ba ang mga insurance agent tinatawag ang mga sarili nila as financial advisors? So bakit ba nagkakaroon ng ganitong argumento? Kasi some people would argue na ang pagiging financial advisor napakaiba nito sa Philippines versus in other countries, especially in US. When you say kasi financial advisor, from the term itself, your duty is to advise about finance. And pag-usapang finance, napakalawak niyan. Hindi lang siya insurance, hindi lang siya about personal finance, hindi lang siya about business. It's a very broad concept. That's why yung iba nagsasabi na insurance agent ka lang, no? There's a focus on the word lang. This is not to discredit na mababang uri ang mga insurance agents. It just means na yung pagiging financial advisor encompasses a broader topic o a broader scope of work. So kung sasabihin mo na ikaw ay isang financial advisor, even though you are an insurance agent, medyo nile-level up yung scope and doon na nagkakaroon ng mga argument yung iba na nagbebenta ka lang naman ng insurance. So you don't even know how to, let's say, make a financial decision or a financial advice regarding stock market, regarding real property, which I do get the point that if you want to call yourself a financial advisor, you should be prepared na sa mga ganitong issues or sa mga ganitong commentaries from other people because you brand yourself as financial advisor. So it comes with a responsibility. When you say kasi financial advisor ka, you take care doon sa holistic financial aspect ng taong kausap mo or ng clients mo. So hindi lang siya about insurance, but it doesn't mean that insurance agents cannot call themselves financial advisor, meaning hindi ibig sabihin na insurance agent ka but you don't know in stock market investments. Pwede po siya, no? So they can be they are not mutually exclusive. One can be a financial advisor knowing business, taxation, accounting, at pwedeng at the same time marunong din siya about insurance concepts. And it goes the other way around na nagsimula ka as insurance agent tapos doon ka na-expose sa mga financial topics and inaral mo siya, then ngayon you are now able to provide those services or hindi man services but a little advice, meron ka knowledge, no? Kasi ang one of the biggest argument na nakikita ko in the public, no, in the social media is nakakahiya naman na yung financial advisor ko, no, na ito na nagbebenta ng insurance magbibigay ng financial advice to someone higher level kesa sa kanya, meaning business owner tapos mayaman yung client, and then ikaw na financial advisor na nagbebenta ng insurance, you have the audacity, no, na tawagin ang sarili mong financial advice. How can you convince us na you can do better or you know better than dun sa mga successful people na? So I think there's what we call, hindi ko na alam yung exact term dyan, pero there's a concept na ang rebuttal naman dito is hindi mo kailangan na maging isang business owner to know things and to know how business work, no? Hindi mo kailangan maging isang, let's say, entrepreneur para malaman at makapag-share ng mga sales concepts na nag-work, no? Why? Because for example, ito na lang analogy na medyo malayo, medyo iba siya pero ibang industry to, pero it has the same concept. Hindi mo kailangan na magkaroon ng sakit para malaman at makapagbigay ng lunas sa mga sakit na to. I'm talking about doctors, no? Yung mga medical practitioners natin, yung mga professionals. They don't have to have yung mga sakit na yon para lang makapagbigay sila ng professional advice. Same goes sa akin. I'm a CPA, I'm an accountant. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin sa akin na I don't know how business works. I know, you cannot say to me na hindi ko alam paano tumatakbo ang cash flow niyan, paano nagge-generate ng sales, how can we improve, let's say, yung financials nito because I don't have, let's say, a business. No, it's not an argument na the argument doesn't sit well. Kasi iba yung pinapractice mo kaysa tinuturo mo. But I do get the point, no? Na you preach what you preach what you teach, 'di ba? So parang kumbaga you do the talk. If nagtuturo ka on how to become successful, dapat successful ka. So I get the point. Now, kung ikaw ay isang insurance agent or slash financial advisor, paano to nakaka-affect sa'yo? Okay? Kasi para sa akin, gaya ng sabi ko sa intro ng video na to, it's more than just the title. No? Kasi kung title at title lang din naman, you can call yourself an insurance specialist, a financial advisor, financial advocate, 'di ba? Financial planner. Napakarami po, insurance advisor. Now, there are people naman that says dapat tawagin mo yung sarili mo as an insurance advisor or as an insurance agent kasi nagbebenta ka. Okay? So, that point I resonate with kasi before ka maging isang magaling na financial advisor, you should be a great insurance agent. Okay? Hindi ko sinasabi na ang level ng financial advisor in general, no, is mas magaling ka lagi sa mga insurance agent lang. Okay? We are talking about disciplines, no? So, magkakaibang discipline yan and broader topic kasi ang finance. Pero having the knowledge about insurance, one aspect of finance, let's say nasa income protection side yan, kapag may idea ka dyan, you have the discipline to study yung mga products, ano yung hina-highlight mo dito ng mga benefits, mga features, and sa course ng pag-aaral mo, no, dun sa buong journey mo as an insurance agent, for sure, marami kang training na na-attendan, marami kang research na ginawa, na-expose ka sa iba't ibang mga tao, iba't ibang professions, iba't ibang financial situations. That even though the final, the end goal is to, let's say, to protect the client, to be able to close a deal, an insurance plan, doon sa buong financial discussion mo, I'm pretty sure you are exposed to a lot of other financial tools such as bank savings. Natututo ka na rin paano magbigay ng advice, practical advice, and theoretical based, practical based advice about how to handle your personal money, how to make sure that you are scanning which investments are good for investing, alin yung mga scams, 'di ba? Marami kang natututunang aspeto. Kasi I'm pretty sure kapag nasa insurance industry po kayo, no, just to give context lang sa mga makikinig na wala sa insurance industry, no, na nasa other side. Kapag sa insurance po kasi napakarami pong mga trainings diyan, okay? At yung mga trainings is not only about technical knowledge about the products. Hindi po. Even the business mastery side, even the business skills, yung soft skills kung tawagin. Meaning po nito, tinuturuan din kami on how to deal with clients, on how to talk to clients, communicate properly, okay? Hindi lang din po yung about sa product namin, we have to know as well yung related products. We have to study ano bang difference nitong investment because one of the insurance plan that we commonly offer is yung mga insurance and investment plan with investment component. Yun yung po yung VUL. So in the trainings, marami pong naituturo dyan. Okay? Marami pong trainings na about investments alone, fund management, etc. But I'm not saying na porke umattend ka ng training or yung branch mo may training, automatically yung agent na yan, okay na. No? Kasi, syempre, personal yan eh. Depende naman yan kung mag-aaral siya, kung iti-train niya talaga yung sarili niya, at kung tama talaga yung pagkaka-execute niya. Kasi, even though there are a lot, no, in any service industry, no, hindi lang sa insurance, hindi po perfect, okay, ang mga industries. Service industries in particular. Kasi, maraming mga factors that could bring doon sa buong picture ng industry. And sa ngayon, sa nakikita ko, insurance industry, sabihin na natin na hindi hindi ganon kaganda ang pagtanggap ng public when it comes to insurance. Hence, yung insurance industry hindi rin ganon kaayos, no? When it comes to the career, meron pa rin mga tao that they belittle those insurance advisors, those financial advisors kasi naisip nila na they just take commissions, etc. No, so it's an interesting topic to tackle as well. Yung bakit ba yung mga tao parang ewan ko hindi naman sa galit pero they take offense doon sa idea na ang mga insurance agents kumukomisyon. Parang pineperahan na lang daw. No, but if you take a brighter look at it, no, yung tingnan mo lang yung perspective ng paano ba talaga kumikita ang mga nagtatrabaho. Yung mga empleyado, no, sinasahuran sila. That's what we call salary. Etong salary nito, it comes from the company sales, no? So pag bumenta yung company, may pasahod ka, expense ka, no? Yung pasahod sa iyo, expense ng kumpanya, galing sa sales. And guess what? Yung sales po, galing yan sa mga customers nyo, galing sa mga clients nyo. So it goes the same way, no, na parang indirectly yung mga customers mo ang nagpapasahod sa inyo. Same way din po yan sa mga insurance agents because insurance agents are not employees, they are kumbaga contractual, no? Sila ay mga freelancer kung tawagin, but they represent the company. So they do their job, they make sales strategies, sila yung humahanap ng clients at pag naka-close na yan ng client, yung company itself, insurance company will earn the revenue, no, yung sales, benta. So yung premiums nyo po, pupunta po yan sa insurance company. And then the insurance company will have its own operating expense. Meron operating expense, marketing expense, doon na po kami papasok. Yung pasahod sa amin ay galing po sa sales ng company. Guess what? Saan po galing ang sales ng company? Sa pera po ng clients. So same lang po siya. But I don't know why a lot of people binibilitel ang industry because of that setup, because of that structure. Kung tutuusin, yun naman talaga ang reality ng pagtatrabaho. We work, we help the company produce money, and then the company pay us. It's as simple as that. At wala akong nakikita na mga tao na ganito ang take even to other agents, no? Real estate agents, car agents, parang wala masyadong ganong issue when it comes to commissions. Iba kasi talaga pagdating sa insurance, no? Kapag yung mga nagbenta ng kotse, nagbenta ng bahay, wala naman masyadong sinasabi na, oh, pineperahan nyo lang kami ganyan. And based on my personal experience, no, sa real property na meron ako, hindi rin naman ganun ka top-notch yung service na meron ako. Pero hindi ako ganun, as far as I can recall, hindi naman ako ganun naging ka-hostile or hindi ko tiningnan yung transaction na bakit kumikita to ng pera, hindi naman masyadong okay yung service sa akin nung real estate agent. Hindi ganun yung nangyari sa akin. And I assume some people or most people could relate to me na ganun din. Pag tinitingnan nila ang insurance agent, iba rin talaga pag kinumpara mo sa real estate agent. But we could argue na iba naman kasi talaga ang insurance at ang bahay. Iba rin naman kasi talaga ang insurance at ang kotse, no? So there's no direct kumbaga parang comparison that we can make. But what I'm trying to say is going back, no, dun sa insurance agent, para kasing pag tinawag mo ang isang tao na insurance agent with the current setup, no, in the insurance industry, parang ang baba, okay? And yun yung gusto ko na sana parang ipamulat, no, since we are here in an era of educating people, no, na alam nyo, yung mga insurance agents, it's a very legitimate job. Napakahirap po niyan, no? We face a lot of rejections, yung mental battles namin, emotional battles. We have to deal with a lot of people, no? And eventually kapag na dumami ng clients mo, dumami na rin ang teammates mo if ever you want to build your own sales team, insurance team. Imagine, no, yung kailangan mong i-train sa sarili mo. It's not about the technical skills lang. You have to know how to sell. That's a given, no? Pero kailangan mo rin makitungo sa mga tao. Soft skills, kailangan magaling ka. Personal relationships, communication. Guess what? Lahat ng trends ngayon in the social media space, you have to explore it, no? And yun po ang trabaho ng mga ahente, ng mga sales agents. And not to compare lang din, pero I'm going to proceed na with the comparison. Kasi ako sa sarili ko, I'm a CPA, no? So if we are going to compare those professionals, no? Iba-iba pa yan eh. Meron pang mga professionals with license, 'di ba? Meron mga non-licensed professionals, tapos meron mga agents, okay? 'Di ba? Itong mga to, they have different roles. goals. They have different, kumbaga parang different yung kinikater nila na market, different yung constituents nila, different din yung kinikita, different din yung situation. So, we cannot really compare, okay? At magbigay na lang ng branding na, okay, ikaw insurance agent ka lang. Ikaw financial advisor ka. Okay? You are worthy to call yourself a financial advisor, and if you do, you are better than all insurance agents. So, let's stop that notion. Okay? Pero, going back lang, no? If sa mga fellow agents ko dito, ako, I am a firm believer na if you want to brand yourself out there, if you want to say to people that I can do this in this way, na ganito ang service ko, etc., etc., you have to have brand clarity. Okay? If you want to brand yourself as an insurance agent, go for it. If you want just to confine everything into insurance sales, master of insurance, you can call yourself an insurance agent. Napakaganda po ng trabaho ng pagiging isang insurance agent. Napakahirap po niya kasi mas madali pa nga magbenta ngayon ng investments kasi gusto ng tao. Pero mas mahirap ibenta ang insurance because insurance is an expense sa mata ng lahat. And alam to, makaka-relate ang mga sales people. Mas mahirap ibenta ang isang bagay na expense sa pananaw ng bibili. Mas magandang ibenta at mas madaling ibenta yung mga bagay na doon sa perspective ng buyers, it's something to be proud of. It's something na they can call an asset, 'di ba? Bahay, kotse, investments, parang kapag pinosisyon mo yan, proposal mo yan, sinail stock mo yan, mas madali yung proseso. Kaya nga mas maraming nai-scam ngayon 'di ba? Now, given that analogy, kapag ang binibenta mo ay insurance, napakahirap. Kasi ang kalaban mo diyan hindi lang yung nasa isip ng taong to, kundi nasa isip ng lahat ng mga tao because you don't sell to your clients. You sell to everyone. Kumbaga, ang point ko lang doon, you sell to everyone kasi you are making a point. You are making a point that insurance works. You are making a point that insurance is really a need. We really need insurance, no? Parang ang binebentahan natin dito is yung Pilipinas na ma-appreciate nila yung konsepto ng insurance. And that's a hard job to do, 'di ba? Napakahirap maging isang insurance agent. That's why if you want to brand yourself as an insurance agent, be proud. Okay? At ako, based on personal experience as an insurance agent, ilang clients na ang natulungan kong mag-claim. I already processed I processed 2 death claims and 1 critical illness claim and numerous medical claims. Alam nyo, iba-ibang storya yon. Okay? It's not just about how to convince the client that the projections are great, that the investment returns will be huge. No, hindi siya ganun It's not about how to allocate your funds, how to manage your money. It's about saving a life, no? It's about saving a future. Corny man siya pakinggan, but you can never experience and you can never understand the same level of understanding that I have and the same level of understanding most agents have, lalong-lalo na yung mga nakapag-process na ng claims because when they talk to their clients, no, hindi nila kilala. Some people kilala, some people hindi. Pero yung pinaprocess mo yung claims na approve, which should be dapat ma-approve naman, pero iba yung pakiramdam na you were able to say to yourself, I made an impact to this person's life. Okay? At dahil yun sa pangungulit mo, dahil yun sa pagkagustuhan mo makabenta, 'di ba? A simple thing, a simple transaction can lead to a transformation. So yun yung beauty, I guess, ng pagiging isang insurance agent that transcends over just being a title that you attach to people, no? Being an insurance agent is actually better than what you think, no? Ngayon, kapag financial advisor ka naman, let's look at the concept of the scope of work. Kung financial advisor ang gusto mong branding, you should be great in insurance sales. Meaning yung insurance technical knowledge, kailangan tama yung process mo. Kailangan tama lahat ng pagdidiscuss mo. At tama yung pag-position mo sa insurance, you don't mess it up with investments. Now, if you want to brand yourself as financial advisor, kailangan marunong ka sa investments. Okay? Hindi kailangan na napakagaling mo na trader, etc., etc. Kailangan magsimula ka lang mag-aral, aralin mo yung basic, intermediate until maging professional level na, 'di ba? Kasi there's a lot about finance. Ako, I'm not all-knowing, napakarami kong hindi alam. Okay? Napakarami ko pa rin gustong matutunan at napakarami ko pang inaaral sa ngayon. But I want to brand myself as a financial advisor. I'm a CPA. I provide accounting services, taxation, business consultancy on the process na yan. Nagko-connect na ako sa mga sales professionals and I have a sales consultant. I have a connection with the fund manager. Pero in the works siya. So right now, I'm an insurance agent. I know how to sell insurance insurance the right way, no? Yun yung gusto kong i-brand. And even content creation, I try to do it, no? So somehow nasa area na ako ng fintech, no? Gusto ko yun, yung parang fintech or finance creator, content creator, ayan. Yan yung brand or track na tinatahak ko right now. So pasensya na, no, yung natural light ko nawawala na. So I have to end this video. I'm pretty sure napakarami ko pang pwedeng sabihin, pero for the sake of yung ilaw, 'di ba? I actually pwede ko palang lagyan tayo ng ilaw dito. Yan. So para at least maituloy lang din natin tong video, because I really like to do content creations like this, no? Bala ko nga sana i-upload to sa channel. Ayan. Kung pangit naman itong pagkaka-position ko. Anyway, right now, nandun na yung track ko, no? So I want to be active in content creation. I want also to be that finance expert, no? Yun yung kumbaga end goal ko talaga. And napakarami ko pa need aralin. Okay? So ako, my personal decision is to brand myself as a financial advisor, and I saw an argument telling na kung ikaw ay financial advisor, dapat hindi lang insurance ang pwede mong ibenta. Medyo 50-50 ako dun sa argument na yon, because I get the point na mahirap maging financial advisor kung ang kaya mo lang na ibenta is insurance, because there's a tendency na merong self-interest. May self-interest, meaning there's a conflict na maaari na yung maibenta mo ay insurance kahit na ang hanap ng client ay investment. But again, it all boils down to your expertise and to your ethics, no? Your work ethics. Kung maayos ang pagka-discuss mo and alam mo na ang isang insurance discussion doesn't always end up with an insurance sale, a financial discussion ang end product ng financial discussion is not actually a sale, no? Ano ba ang end goal or end product ng isang financial discussion? A wise financial advice, 'di ba? Yun. Natulungan mo yung client mo malinawan, ma-enlighten with their financial dealings, no? And then nabigay mo siya in a way na with professional care. Ayan, no? Na tama, accurate, 'di ba? And your client realize, salamat Arnel, no? Kasi natulungan mo ako dun sa financial dilemma ko, no? Natulungan mo ako kasi yung struggle ko on how to settle my credit card bills, natulungan mo ako, no? So it doesn't always end up with closing an insurance plan, diba? Hindi ganon. Pero naiintindihan ko yung punto na napakahirap niyan maging isang reality. There are agents, no, for sure, na ang gusto talaga makabenta na lang. Okay? Kaya ang mangyayari, magkakaroon ng some misrepresentation. Even though they don't want to do it, they don't notice it, no? Subconsciously, yun na pala yung lumalabas sa bibig nila. Eventually, pinapabango yung pangalan ng insurance, ng VUL, they focus more on the payouts, they focus more on the returns of investments. They often forget the main reason why people should need insurance and should buy insurance, 'di ba? Yun yung lagi kong sinasabi every time I create a content about insurance, na we should always focus on its main goal, which is income protection. Kaya naiintindihan ko yung mga tao na nagsasabi, if you want to call yourself a financial advisor, dapat may ginagawa ka talaga na professional services na ino-offer, no? Every time you discuss with your client, hindi lang about insurance yan, no? Or maybe, kahit hindi ka kumikita dun sa mga services na yon, basta ginagawa mo siya, kapag may tanong yung client sa'yo, kaya mong sagutin, then confidently, you can brand yourself as a financial advisor. Arnel, paano kung hindi pa ako marunong? Nagsisimula pa lang ako. Lahat naman yan ng tao nagsisimula talaga sa simula, no? Sa walang alam, no? Sa konti lang yung alam. And every time na nagtitraining ka, kagustuhan mo mag-aral, no? You learn these things, okay? And through practice, yan yung best teacher in any profession, yung actual experience. Experience with people, with your actual constituents, ito yung magtuturo sa'yo na, ito tama, ito mali, okay? So, ayun, medyo napapansin nyo, paligoy-ligoy talaga yung mga sinasabi ko, because I'm not a professional podcaster or what, no? Hindi rin ako sanay talaga, though sanay ako magsalita, but hindi ko siya ginagawa professionally, like I don't even plan this, you know. Sabi ko lang kanina, I'll open it. Ang big change I guess na ginawa ko with this video is the format. I try to shoot on a landscape kaysa sa mga portrait, and then I just have to edit it, post-processing na lang. So ayan, anyway, 'di ba? Kung saan napupunta yung topic ko, pero let me know sa mga makakapanood nito if you'll be interested to hear and to hear and see more of this. Ayan, because I plan to upload this sa lahat na ng channel, no, sa Red app, sa YouTube, diba? Sa Facebook, sa TikTok, I'll upload it. And even sa Spotify, I'll try to dump it there. Tapos tingnan na lang natin kung kaya kong maging consistent, and I really want to talk about a lot of things. Ayan. Ito lang pinili kong topic because I believe na napakaraming valid arguments, valid point of views. Pero at the end of the day, no, ito na siguro yung magiging conclusion ko dito. Ayan. Parang I believe I presented talaga parang kang lawyer, no? I've given several points. Marami pa akong pwedeng sabihin, pero ang bottom line question dito is, why does it matter, 'di ba? Bakit ba nagma-matter yung tanong kung financial advisor ka or insurance agent ka? Is it because ayaw ng mga tao on the other side of things, no, yung mga clients, ayaw ba ng mga tao na tawagin ng mga insurance agent that you are a financial advisor or vice versa, because they value so much the title and the responsibility and the privilege that comes with it? Siguro ganon, or baka naman there is a preconception about insurance agents na okay, ito ka lang, mas mababa ka, financial advisor mas mataas ka. Okay? Kasi bakit ko nasabi na why does it matter? Kasi at the end of the day, sa isang transaction, whether tawagin ko yung sarili ko na ako ay insurance agent, master FA, financial advisor, financial consultant, hindi naman bibili yung client sa akin just because of the title or the branding that I say, 'di ba? Hopefully, hindi sana kayo bumili. I'm talking to all clients or prospect clients. Na wag sana kayong bumili just because of yung kakilala mo yung FA, kakilala mo yung agent, or even as simple as this na ang tawag niya sa sarili niya is financial advisor, 'di ba? Or dahil siya ay isang CPA, dito na lang ako bibili. Siguro it adds authority, but you have to be skeptic about it, no? Every time that you meet a financial advisor or insurance agent, ang focus mo dito is ano yung problem ko, and do you have the solution fit to solve my problem? And then I will make a wise decision whether to go with your solution, to canvas other options, or not to take any action at all. Yun naman po ang financial discussion talaga, or financial planning. Merong problema, merong solusyon, and then merong decision. I always tell that to all my clients. Problem, solution, decision. Yan ang gagawin natin ngayon, client. I am going to identify all your financial problems na gustong pag-usapan, and then let us check if our company can provide those products. Minsan naman, nire-reverse na natin, ito yung mga solutions which is generally insurance talaga siya, and ang pinaka main pain points nito is income protection. Do you have a problem when it comes to income protection? And then doon na kami magsisimula ng discussion. So, it doesn't really matter if you brand yourself as an FA or an insurance agent kung hindi ka naman maayos magtrabaho, kung hindi mo naman natulungan yung client mo, kung hindi mo naman na-convince yung client mo to make to actually get a policy from you. Hindi siya nagmamatter, 'di ba? Mas maganda na hindi ito about the title. It's not about putting a title like a tag. It's about earning, no? Earning the privilege, I guess, to call yourself a financial advisor, a quality financial advisor, the best financial advisor in town, no? It has to be earned, and earning it takes a lot of time. Hindi porket marami ang benta mo, magaling ka na, okay? Hindi porket magaling ka sa technical skills, technical knowledge, marami na benta mo. Hindi ganun, no? It can directly affect siguro pag mas magaling kang magbenta, tataas ang authority mo, credibility, and more people will trust you, more people will eventually choose you as a financial advisor, as an insurance agent, diba? At kung sakali naman na ikaw ay marami ng benta, marami kang magagandang connections, diba? Eventually, it can teach you a lot of things. Both practical and theoretical. Matututo ka, and then it will improve your expertise, no? Yung galing mo bilang isang financial advisor. Okay, so pero it doesn't always guarantee na porke marami kang benta, magaling ka na, or magaling ka magsalita, tama na yung sinasabi mo, 'di ba? Dadami na yung benta mo. Hindi laging ganoon. Okay? Kasi dami kong kilala. Okay? Okay, marami akong kilala, and I myself, no, I consider myself as a work in progress, 'di ba? So kumbaga parang tinitingnan ko na lang siya in a way na rather than putting yourself a title, no, to begin with, kailangan nandun na yung mindset mo na I have to earn it. Okay? Ako, I position myself as Master FA. Every day, I try to earn it. Diba? I release videos because being a Master FA, ano ba yung own definition ko nito? I'm a financial advisor here giving financial education, no? Teaching people about insurance and other financial tools tools. Sa ngayon, mapapansin nyo na puro insurance talaga yung mga nire-release kong videos because yun yung aking kumbaga content strategy and at the same time career strategy kasi you cannot easily jump to an aspect, a different aspect ng ganun-ganun lang. If I want to be an expert when it comes to finances, let's say personal management, kailangan kong pagdaanan ng napakaraming aspeto. Dito muna uunahin ko yung insurance because I've been here for several years already. Okay? Maraming taon na ang na-experience ako dito at inaaral ko na naman talaga ito. So panahon na ngayon para i-share ko siya sa mga tao, fellow agents and also clients about the things that I know about insurance. And nagbabranch out na ako pa konti-konti. I'll still go with a lot of insurance videos but definitely I would like to tackle and learn more, no? Kasi creating content is one of, I guess, the best way to learn things. Kasi, I mean, in my case na lang. Kasi if I want to learn something, if I want to do something na marami ring makakakita, I want to prepare for it, no? Gusto kong matuto. At kapag gusto kong matuto, ang bilis kong mag-aral, 'di ba? Even way back nung nasa college pa ako, kapag nagbabasa ako, hindi ako yung tipong parang I don't read a lot of books or even yung mga books talaga ngayon na hindi ako manovel na tao or mga self-help books. I don't consume knowledge by reading stuff, no? Tinatamad ako. Pero kapag meron akong tanong na gustong masagot, Google is the key, research, etc. Lalo na ngayon, mayroon na tayong AI, ChatGPT. Pag meron akong curious question, I have to find a way na masagot kagad yun. And that's my brand or my style of learning. So ngayon, nakikita ko na through content creation, I'll be able to study more and learn more as well, hopefully. Na hindi lang about insurance and finance is a very broad topic. Lagi kong sinasabi, isa-isin ko yan. I do stock trading for several years already, but I'm not a professional trader. I do check my portfolio on a daily basis. I do know how to do technical analysis, reading the charts and everything, and I practice it. No? I have portfolio, I manage it, pero wala pa ako sa level na that you can call me a professional fund manager, no? Malayo. Pero I'm interested to go that route, but I know sobrang hirap noon, sobrang dami mong need aralin, and you know the market cannot always let you feel na professional ka kasi one way or another babawi din yung mga gains mo, 'di ba? So I think that's a hard route to follow. So ngayon siguro kung mag-branch out ako outside insurance area, siguro I'll tackle more about basic personal finance, ayan, and then accounting side, no? Kasi I'm also a CPA, 'di ba? So gusto ko rin na kahit papaano I'll be able to share to people yung mga sabihin natin mga fields of expertise natin, okay? And then along the way tingnan natin if there are more opportunities, etc. So I think that should be the mindset of agents, no? Insurance agents. If you want to be an insurance agent, go for it. If you want to climb the ladder, no, agency career, go for it. Pero walang pipigil sa atin na mag-explore ng mga bagay-bagay. Lalong-lalo na if you are an agent and you sell VUL, diba? Dapat marunong ka sa stock market investments. You know how the stock market works, how yung financial instruments work, diba? Returns, cost, analysis, and everything. You should know that. You should know how to read the charts. You should know how to understand the macros and micro of finance that affect those funds, diba? Kasi kung ibebenta mo lang talaga si VUL as pure insurance lang, yes, that's the point. It's an insurance plan, but you have to be prepared as well. Especially yung mga clients natin, they are more investment centric. Focus nila investment, gusto nila magpalago ng pera. You have to make sure that you are saying the things, the accurate facts, no? At hindi nalilid yung clients mo in, sige, bibili na ako ng VUL because I want the investments. That's not the right way to do it. You sell VUL because it is an insurance plan. That's it. But you have to be expert enough to discuss the dynamics of investments. Kaya dito nangyayari yung mga nababasa ko ng mga argument and mga rants na, naku, mas marunong pa naman ako dun sa FA na yan. Mas marunong pa ako dun sa agent yan. Hindi nga marunong yan ng stock market investments eh. 'Di ba? So, if you are an insurance agent and you hear those words and natatamaan ka, there's a reason why. Diba? And it's a wake-up call. We have to really step up our game, 'di ba? Kailangan gamitin natin yung mga resources that our company provides, our branch provides, and the technology, no? And in a click, marami ka nang matututunan, marami ka nang masasagot ng mga tanong, and you have to do that, no? You have to do your clients a favor kasi they put their trust in you. Kung nung kumuha sila, hindi ka pa magaling, dapat ngayon, nakailang taon na, dapat magaling ka na. Hindi lang about sa insurance, kundi about sa investments. So, maybe I have to stop it here kasi for sure, ang haba-haba nito. Kung i-edit ko, hindi ko alam kung paano to, kung mag-work ba talaga to. But hopefully, please, 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 to those people na nakaabot sa point na to, kindly give me a feedback. If you want more of this, we'll definitely do. At kung hindi nyo naman gusto, I'll still push through. No? Hindi naman ako yung tipong magbabase lamang sa kung ano yung iutos ng mga tao. Enough na of pleasing people, di ba? Enough na tayo sa era na yon. We are here to do what we think is good for us, what we think gusto kong gawin, di ba? And I really like doing this. I enjoy talking. I like doing a podcast. Hindi ko alam bakit every time I listen to a podcast, lagi kong sinasabi, gusto ko rin gawin yan. Kaya ko naman yan. Ang dami kong pwedeng i-share, etc. But I'm pretty sure, no, napakarami pang i-improve sa end ko kasi definitely I don't do this professionally. But hopefully sa mga tao na nakikinig, your suggestions are much highly appreciated. So yun lang guys. Hindi ko alam kung anong ang topic sa series na to or what, or whether should I create a series or not, no? So just be casual about it kasi baka naman pagka-release ko ng video na to, wala nang kasunod, no? So I don't want to put a lot of pressure sa sarili ko. Pero kung sakali naman, makaya natin kahit I don't want to give a number kasi the last time I said this to Kuya Jeff, no, kung naririnig mo to, sabi niya once a week lang. Sabi ko no, hindi kuya, kaya ko mag-podcast once a day, no. Hindi pala, no, napakahirap. So maybe once a week, let's try to do this. Pero kung kaya naman everyday, why not, diba? So yun lang. This is Master FA. Thank you for tuning in. Sa mga nanonood, thank you for watching. Sa mga nakikinig, thank you for listening. And hope to see you and hope you to see me next time I release another video. So thank you so much. Bye everyone.